So Bronny James is entering the transfer portal. He will be leaving USC. Where is he going? Nobody knows. Nobody knows as of yet. I'm sure we will find out in due time. But of course, the internet, everybody gets there. They find out about it. And Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, is a non-serious place. And people begin to speculate and give their opinions on these situations. And I am, of course, going to give my opinion on those opinions that we've seen on Twitter. Of course, if you're not following me on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter at DLloyd TV. I also believe it's in the description below as well. But people are speculating how this could have some type of tie-in about LeBron James and his future, because remember, he does have a player option this offseason. Now, we'll talk about that in a second. I'll give you guys my opinion on what I think this could mean for the Lakers and LeBron James, both their futures. But first and foremost, Bronny James, of course, had a situation in the offseason coming in, did not play the full season. But when he did play this season, he did not look the greatest in the world. I don't want to be too hard on him because I know what he was fighting through and coming back from, but he did not look that great. He scored 5 points a game. Now, his coach has left from USC. He is going to SMU. Does that mean Bronny could be transferring to SMU, or will he go somewhere else? Now, immediately reports are saying that he could look at Ohio State, right? Because we've seen before that maybe Bronny may need more time in college instead of trying to go into the NBA. Now, we made a video about that about a month or so ago, saying that Bronny could return one more season in college, try to improve that draft stock so he could potentially try to become a first-round pick. As of now, it looks like he could be a second-rounder, maybe not even drafted at all. So he will definitely want that time to develop and improve as a player, play a full season, have an entire offseason also to get better. I think that would be way more beneficial than trying to become an NBA player immediately and going that route. Now, we do know LeBron said Bronny is his own man. He will allow him to make his own decisions. But with that said, the internet is going to immediately talk about how we know how close that James family is. And if he goes to like an Ohio State, does that mean LeBron, Savannah, maybe they decide we'll go back to Ohio. Maybe we go to Cleveland and we'll finish out there, because LeBron James is, a player with a player option. He could become an unrestricted free agent this year if he decides to opt out. However, I need people to slow their roll. I need people to calm down a little bit. I do trust in the words LeBron James has said about Bronny being his own man. And even though they are close, I do think maybe Bronny going out, maybe to another state by himself, could be beneficial for him and the growth of him just as a person, right? But also LeBron James allowing him to control his own career instead of trying to dictate things in any type of way. I'm not saying he is doing that, but I think that is just a good way to ensure that that does not happen. So I think LeBron James will treat this as if Bronny was still in LA. I think he will decide what is best for him in his future. I fully do expect LeBron James will sign with the Lakers. I do think that is going to happen. So I'm not one of those that believe because Bronny James could potentially, go somewhere else, that LeBron James is necessarily going to follow him. Of course, nobody fully knows, but that is the vibe and the sentiment that I have from this situation. I think LeBron James is more worried about what the Lakers are going to do. Are they going to go third star hunting, go get a Trae Young? Are they going to try to keep what they have? What's going to happen with D'Angelo Russell? I think those are the more pressing matters when it comes to his career with the Lakers. Not so much where his son goes and plays basketball for a season or two. So I think ultimately he does return. Now, with that said, the Lakers have also been rumored to be potentially going third star hunting this offseason. And I do think that is going to be the case. I'm not saying I think it's going to be successful, but I do think that is going to be the case. Historically, the Lakers always love to have box office names. Really, since the test of time, right? The Lakers have always had a superstar on the roster that just helps the brand. I think the Lakers are going to look to try to get another superstar or budding superstar if possible, because the Lakers still, at the end of the day, have to prepare for what is life going to be like without LeBron James. You do not want to go into a drastic rebuild mode. So if you can have another player that is there that can team up and say LeBron leaves or his game slips, you can still run with that player and Anthony Davis, who we do know signed that new contract extension. So he is clearly in the plans for the Lakers as well moving forward. So I think when you look at, the landscape of the league, what's going to happen with D'Angelo Russell? The Lakers need him to opt into the deal or at least work some type of sign and trade, right? Because there's only so much they could do. If DLoyd leaves, you're going to get nothing. It's not like you get that cap space available to do something with. So it's going to be a very interesting situation. A player like Trae Young, that is the main name that keeps popping up as the guy the Lakers can go after as the third star. Does he fit with LeBron James and Anthony Davis? Absolutely. But the main question is, does he fit with just Anthony Davis? Because you have to look what's going to happen 5 years from now, 6 years from now, 7 years from now. Is LeBron James still going to be playing at the age of 45? The chances are not likely. Maybe it does, but his chances are probably more likely that he's not than he will be. So you have to pay attention to those things if you're the Lakers. You have to have that in the back of your mind, and I think the Lakers will go third star hunting. Who do they have to give up? We don't know. It's going to depend on if DLoyd decides to opt into that deal or not. If he does, you could trade him. You can include him in any package to try to do that. If not, you're now looking at Austin Reeves. You're looking at a Vanderbilt. You're looking at those type of players that you could try to move off of to try to go get you a star player. Again, does not mean they will be successful in that. They don't get a Trae Young. They don't get a star. Maybe they look at a Mikal Bridges. Maybe they just decide bring back DLoyd and try to keep what we have. That could be a viable option as well. So definitely tons of scenarios that could happen for the Lakers. DLoyd is going to be the first domino to fall. LeBron James, if he decides to stay with the Lakers, which I do think will happen, although Bronny is transferring, I do think he will stay with the Lakers, and the Lakers will go from there. So that is my opinion on how I think this thing affects it. I don't think Bronny leaving affects it really at all. But the Lakers have some decisions and some planning to do in regards of what's going to happen this offseason. You guys let me know, though, what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Do you believe that Bronny entering the transfer portal, potentially transferring, will that impact in any way what LeBron James does with the Lakers? And what do you guys think in general about the Lakers trying to go third star hunting? Is that a good idea? Should they keep what they have? Let me know how you guys feel about it. As usual, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor. Go ahead and leave this video a like. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.